Everyone, we begin tonight with new developments in a Lee County homicide case.
That's right. The son of a Shannon woman found brutally beaten to death on Mother's Day is charged in her murder. WCBI's Allie Martin has more on the case and how law enforcement had their sights set on the victim's son right from the beginning.
Something such as this, because this is a very, very tragic event that took place on a special day.
On Mother's Day evening, the badly beaten body of 66-year-old Molly Gladney was found lying in the carport area outside of her house at 1010 County Road 54 in Shannon. Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson says the elderly woman was savagely attacked inside and outside of her house. As authorities were collecting evidence, Molly Gladney's 33-year-old son Antonio showed up. He was arrested on the scene and charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Sheriff Johnson says after sorting through evidence and conducting hours of interviews, Antonio Gladney is now charged with the murder of his mother. The sheriff says Antonio committed the crime between 10 o'clock Saturday night and 6 Sunday morning, using the ruse of a Mother's Day gift to get inside his mom's home.
There was a Mother's Day card and a bouquet of flowers that was there on the living room table inside the room where much of this violent act took place. It is suspicion that this is the way that he was able to gain entry into the home, is to somehow on Mother's Day find one more piece of trust by a mother to their son. And once inside, the fight ensued.
Sheriff Johnson says Mrs. Gladney put up a fight but was overpowered by her son. Also, the sheriff says the system that was supposed to protect Mrs. Gladney failed her, allowing for early release of Antonio Gladney after he was convicted of several felonies, including armed robbery, fleeing a police officer, and parole violation.
Since his juvenile criminal history all the way through his adult life, one of the saddest things that I see is for our office or any law enforcement agency to work diligently in seeing to it that this individual is brought to court and justice is served on our part for the next part of the system to fail it.
The plan is to prosecute Antonio Gladney as a habitual offender. That means he will not get parole if convicted of murdering his mother. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
And bond is expected to be set tomorrow for Antonio Gladney. Time for